Hey everybody, gonna be trying out a new game. This is called Lethis, Daring Discoverers, and I keep misreading it as Darling Discoverers, which incidentally reminds me of a strip club that I haven't been to. But we'll go ahead and just leave that story hanging as is. So, in the vein of me playing Passepartout and playing the shit out of French games, I decided to pick this one up. Not really, but this is by the French studio, I'm assuming Triskel Interactive. I'm assuming it's French because it's by Théophile Noir, Guillaume Rousselot, and other such French people names, with the participation of, I assume, the, there's no F in here, so maybe they're French Canadians, and it's the Canadian Nationale Canada. I don't know. Anyway, enough chit-chatting. So, this is a sequel to a game that came out, I think, roughly a year ago, which was a city-building game. This one is kind of like an adventure-y, puzzly game, and that's basically all I know about it. So, we're gonna pop into the tutorial, and we're gonna see what this is all about. Oh yeah, I guess another thing is that, it's a steampunk game, and the plot is I got launched from Earth, basically, onto other planets so that I can explore them and uncover mysteries about the universe. And the soundtrack, might I say, is very, very adorable. So I guess I get all these characters to choose from. We have Bertrand, who is more of a default explorer, who can travel anywhere. Ideal for those who want to take the lead or simply too afraid to choose. Well, never mind. I'm not looking at that. Gilbert is an explorer who literally likes to appear big and tough. His wrench may be a little slower than average, but he also hits much harder. Okay, so he's the brawler type. Alright. So Monique is the person you don't want to fuck with, because Monique is cool. Her Wonderbus mows down aliens faster than lightning and can pierce any defenses. Then you have Rosé, who keeps company with numerous scoundrels and rouges, incapable of turning down the chance of a good fight. She excels with a sabre and can quickly deal with the most terrifying of opponents. She looks pretty cool. And then Rutherford. Anyway, I'm already biased towards this guy because he has a beaker full of Mountain Dew. Rutherford is the scientific backbone of the Lethis exploration teams. It is all very well to clone mechanics and ground maintenance men, but you still need a boffin to back it all up with some solid research. Holy shit. Okay, I get it's a steampunk game, but they don't need to find a fucking thesaurus that's from literally the Da Vinci era to describe these people. My word, Rutherford, you're looking quite like a boffin today. Oh, that must be very much... Okay, we're gonna play as Rose. Learn more. Why not? Oh, more lore. Go fucking figure. Rosé was the most feared air pirate on Lethis and had her own zeppelin, which she used to raid entire villages. She was apprehended by the Steam Brigade while enjoying life of crime with her fellow buccaneers. Buccaneers. Oh, Jesus. She was expecting to find terrible sentence of death. But, go. Oh, shit. Well, I thought I was playing the tutorial, and I've learned nothing. I've learned nothing, game. I've learned nothing. Well, I'm gonna go back to where I came from, I guess. This is the type of capsule used to travel through space to uncharted planets. This one is a reproduction, but for the sake of realism, the Academy would like you to come back with a relevant artifact for the zone to complete your training. Alright. If I left-click on things, I can interact with them. If I right-click on things, nothing happen. If I hit space, I advance time. If I use the arrow keys, nothing happens. If I open the encyclopedia, it says, "This is your planet." If I centre my camera, It very, very slowly centres over on Rose. Okay, WAS and D does nothing. Alright. And I got nothing. Okay, in options I see nothing. No. Okay. What? The music is nice, but I would like to actually play the game at some point here. Oh, jeez. Well, I was hoping... As far as the tutorial is concerned, this is absolutely ridiculous. Alright, I'm just gonna keep waiting 1 hour until something eventually happens, and lo and behold, nothing happened. Okay. Left click, enter, anything at all. Drag. There you are. You click on her and you drag her to the tile. This is boding well. Welcome. Oh, this guy's a nerd. So what's the toughest nerd voice? Or not toughest. What's the... Well, alright. Welcome to the training area of the Academy of Space Science. I don't think space science is a field. I'm calling bullshit. We're going to finish your fast track explorer training, and tomorrow you can embark on your first interplanetary journey. Please note, of course, with the current regulations in your clone status, the Academy cannot be held responsible for any accident or premature death. No sacrifices to degrade in the name of scientific progress. Well, that's an old school way of thinking. Here comes Monique. When you arrive on a new planet, you'll always start from your capsule. Remember where it is, because I have to find it again. I don't remember much, if anything, anymore. Nobody knows the location of the artifact on the planet. We only know it exists. Don't ask me why, because I don't know. I can't tell if this is a brilliant game or if I just stepped on a landmine. The terrain will be revealed to you as you progress, so don't panic initially. Oh, okay, shit, I was pretty freaked out for a second there. Because you won't know where to go, but after all, you are an explorer, and exploration is your passion. Feel free to make frequent stops in your travels so you don't miss out on the points of interest. You return to your capsule once per expedition to save all the geographical information you've collected. This will enable the explorer who follows you to benefit from your accumulated knowledge if you fail to complete your mission. Alright, mechanics will have found a way of exploring you to repeat this operation. Look this once. Move a little way to start exploration, we can continue your training. Okay. I've got this shit figured out. And the coastline isn't particularly promising. Okay. Tour of the globes. Did you know? Planets are globes in space that orbit stars. So if you walk in the same direction for long enough, you'll arrive at your starting point. It's handy for an explorer to know, because an objective that appears far up in the north could really be located down in the south. Remember this to save yourself some time. That was much more confusing than well, whatever. Let's go check out the volcano. That seems kind of useful. I also can't seem to move. So... what is... Oh! Right, because my character doesn't want to step on lava. That's certainly a lot more exploration survival sense than I expected out of her. Deciphering. Do you see that pylon over there? It's the Eiffel Tower. Well, the next part of your training, you must decipher the symbol inscribed in it. The procedure is very simple. Reproduce the symbol as accurately as you can, step by step, to end up with its most complex shape. Decipher the symbol will enable you to improve your knowledge of the various extraterrestrial alphabets. You can use this skill to access fresh information that can lead more easily to the artifact you're looking for. Oh, it's just a little tiny Eiffel Tower. A mere baby Eiffel Tower, if you will. You're in front of a large pylon, which is frankly uninteresting at first sight, but who said your training would be exciting? I think that you're in control of that, game designers. You can try to decipher the symbol inscribed on it, or continue admiring the statue. Oh, statue. I am going to examine the pylon in detail. You will give those responsible a piece of your mind, because it is neither finished nor waiting to be done. What? The pylon can barely be kept upright. The paint has been badly and hastily applied. It looks like the engineers who assembled the structure have forgotten to build a part of it. Well, at least the symbol is visible, and therefore you might be able to decipher it. Deciphering. What is this? Fucking Chinese? During the deciphering phase, you must trace the symbol correctly without overlapping. You'll lose points if you overlap the symbol. Oh shit, here we go. What do I do? What do I do? I thought it was done. One more. I didn't realize this was gonna be like Passport 2 and I was gonna have to get my tablet out to do this part. Okay, so I just gotta move it in here and then just gotta... This is filling up this meter on the right, apparently. Am I supposed to do it more to fill it up more? Or, like, what is this? Congratulations, you finished your deciphering test. I don't know what I did. No one had faith in you, and yet, you're not as stupid as you look. Well... You know, I did say this game was designed by French people. The sign translates simply as Academy of Space Sciences. There's no doubt that the person who designed this section of the training lacks the imagination required for a job that involves a little creativity. Alright, so reality check. Not too sure what I accomplished by doing that, but it certainly gave me a lot of things to make fun of, so already kind of living it. Death! Oh! Okay. Somebody should have warned you, but it's highly likely to lose your life during your expedition. But don't worry, that's no problem for the Academy, because they'll just send another clone to finish what you started. All is not lost if your predecessor fails to transmit his information back to Lethis, because you're bound to stumble upon his corpse, and who knows, use the opportunity to acquire the contents of his inventory, but beware, the bodies will eventually disappear after several expeditions. You won't be sent back to the same place, of course, we find previous capsules. You'll be able to simply reposition yourself and resume exploration where your predecessors left off. Ah, this game seems to take a very, very loose sense of morals when it comes to sentient life. Okay, you guess that not all the creatures you meet in the adventure will be peaceful, so you have to know how to defend yourself. Escape might not always be possible, and you'll quickly find this out during your first encounters with aggressive predators. First, you need to know how long to dodge the blow of an opponent, and in doing so, save your heart at all costs. Survive as long as it takes to fight back. To explore, use a different weapon, but the objective remains the same. Destroy the hearts of the enemies as quickly as possible. Defeat means death, so be careful. You can train this dummy if you like. Will do. What is the dummy gonna be, one of the game devs? And it's like, look at this stupid asshole. You notice that this guy didn't have the... Well... The person who built this dummy didn't try very hard. That said, it'll suffice to keep you on your first tentative steps into the subtle art of combat. But it looks like the cosmos if it defeats you. Okay, so two phases here. The attack phase and the defense phase. Do everything you can to be prevented hitting by your opponent. Hit the opponent with a heart's maximo. Yeah. Alright, so if I click, I don't launch any attacks. But I just move my heart around to avoid getting hit by the spears. Something tells me that this was slightly inspired by a Toby Fox game. You might have heard of it. It's called Undertale. Yeah, oh man. Nah, I won't talk about that so much here. It's very hard to not talk about Undertale while playing something like this, weirdly enough, but I'm going to resist doing it. I'm kind of cool with it, though. It seems pretty interesting. Congratulations, you've defeated your opponent and lost yourself on the evil path of the game. You came, you saw, and you conquered. Not a bad result. Veni, Vidi Vici. It's definitely not a great achievement yourself, a little pride. After all, there's sure to be a Bertrand who will fail this test one day, and you have avoided joining him for posterity with great aplomb. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Definition of aplomb. Self-confidence or assurance, especially when in a demanding situation. Alright, cool. You know, for a pirate queen or whatever my character is supposed to be, she seems to take a very, very loose sense of pride or something in her deathly duel accomplishments. Alright, cool. So with all this playing, I really haven't had a chance to talk about the fact that I find, all things considered, the art style and the music of this game to be pretty admirable. I'm really digging the like storybook aspect in the like the sketchy filter that they're applying to stuff as it filters in and out of your eyesight here. I'm guessing that this is a Unity engine game because it has the typical drop-down box of like where you choose the graphic settings you want, and it goes from like good on the low end to like fantastique on the high end. And I'm guessing that there's like some shaders that you can buy that give things a very pencil-y, shadery type of look. I've always found that that has very, very rarely looked good. I've seen people do shaders on their video games that give them like sketchbook looks or painterly looks, and god damn does it almost always look terrible. However, they seem to have kind of rocked it because they've managed to blend it with the rest of their art style in a pretty good way. Like, if you look at the character portraits, they're very, like, sketchy and storybook-y and stuff like that. And the art style matches that with the filter. Now, a lot of other people, what they'll do is they'll just take, like, a regular old 3D model and they'll just, like, chuck it into a pencil shader, and it almost never works well. You just get something that looks like total and complete ass. But they seem to have done the care required to make the style work for them, and I will commend them for it because it probably saved them a lot of time and a lot of expenses on their art assets to use a pencil-y type shader here. So, I found a pylon, and I killed a training dummy, and I walked around the whole world and I found nothing. So, here's hoping that I can find my way through this apparently perilous world here. Ah, okay, I needed to go towards the... I'm gonna say south? It's a little hard to say. Well, oh, what's this? Well, I mean, this is definitely new stuff. It's, southeast? I don't know. Mission accomplished. Here's the fake artifact. Which means your training is nearly complete. Take it. Now, it's nice and stuck in your bag. I just have to retrace your steps to your capsule. It shouldn't be too difficult, but beware, it could be more difficult than you think when you're in the field. Oh. Oh, man. The game just gave me a big hint. If I think I'm supposed to, I think I'm supposed to be crossing up that land bridge there. But, oh, I don't know. My character's gonna die on this stuff, isn't they? Let's see. Nope, okay, weirdly enough, they lived. That makes me the best damn explorer I've ever seen. Okay, faithful companion, finish the training. Alright, I guess I go to profiles now? Please name the new profile. I mean, I need to speak French here. So, das Pupen ne. Das Pupine. God, that is actually, like, almost gibberish to say. Okay, cool. So these are the planets I guess I get to select. So, I guess I'm gonna go to Vendemille, or Vendemille, the planet of eternal autumn. Oh yeah, you take that other planet. Alright, and I'm gonna stick with my old girl Rose here. Actually, let's explore more of the characters. We're gonna go with Monique. And, oh, Jesus, they're all dead. That's fine. Cool, so we're gonna kill that slug. I don't really know why I want to do it, but it looks menacing enough. A disturbing slug. Life must be wonderfully peaceful for the creature standing, or rather dragging itself before you. A species of slightly hairy, giant yellow slug seems to pay no attention to you. Try to interact. You try various signs, shouts. In short, you push your imagination to the limit, but that's not enough to establish contact with the creature. Cuddle. You hug and caress the animal tenderly, Convinced that its coat is as soft as it looks. It is. It's also much stickier than you might imagine. Ew, failing to be coaxed. The Capilodon moves away good-naturedly. Follow it. It certainly wasn't your most brilliant idea. The Capilodon isn't in a hurry, and you're quickly running out of patience. It feels like hours have passed, only a few kilometers have been covered. And to top it all off, the animals have a trail of slime behind it that could be described as the height of elegance. Collect some slime and leave. Okay, so in my inventory I have Capilodon glue. I guess I could also kill the Capilodon, so I'm not going to do that. Also, this game appears to be obeying rogue rules, or NetHack rules, I should say, where nothing moves unless I move. So that's kind of a cool little benefit. I guess I'm going to also try to chase down this little pig thing over here, because I want to interact with everything that I can. You're a bore, you're a bore. Wow. Really creative. Okay, landing on the planet to come snap to snap with a giant green board is exactly the image you had in mind of space travel. Try to interact. Your gestures have little effect until you start pretending to run, which seems to arouse the interest of the Verdigras a little. Guess I'll challenge it. The Verdigras, oh my god, traces a starting line on the ground and invites you. At least you assume it's an invitation to enter a race that will finish several hundreds of meters further on. We're gonna run. You have trouble keeping up with the frenetic pace set by your adversary, but it would be a shame to lose the race. You call on all your reserves of energy to try and overtake it. Attempt to somersault over the boar. You land right on the Verdigras's back, who collapses into your weight, but you're still able to throw off your sides to your side. He turns on you angrily and charges. Oh no! Okay, so Monique got a gun. So I should be able to use that to, like, kill this stuff from a range. This is pretty hilarious. Alright. I mean, I defeated Sans doing this. God, okay. I'm not going to call out Undertale every single time. But I'm going to be very, very tempted to. Okay, so I got through the harrowing chamber of boar. And pulled it off. Okay, so Monique does have a ranged attack. And it looks like I need to lead my shots when I fight with her. I'll probably stick with other characters going forth. This just seems more of a pain in the ass than what it's worth here. Cool. Done and done. You have defeated your opponent. You came because conquered. Not bad. Defeated, the lifeless Verdigras will probably cook in the sun until Vermilion finds it and devours its carcass. Blow out one of its tusks during the battle. Take the tusk and leave. I actually feel bad. I didn't mean to commit murder. I was hoping just for a nice little race, but I guess I was way too deadly. Cool. So we're gonna go ahead and call this for right now. This is pretty fun. I'm definitely gonna see where this game goes a little bit further, and we'll check out this village next time. So thank you for watching.